This latest spectacle between the president and his former apprentice has all the drama of a contentious reality TV episode, but it's a feud that's also raising serious questions about security, the president's management style, and his views on race. And this morning, Mr. Trump is defiant and defending himself. Overnight, President Trump ignoring tough questions.
Mr. President, have you ever used the N-word?
But taking to Twitter to dispute Omarosa Manigault Newman's explosive allegation that she heard a tape of him from the first season of The Apprentice using the N-word. In a late-night tweet, the president writing, the show's creator, Mark Burnett, just called to say there are no tapes of The Apprentice where I use such a terrible and disgusting word as attributed by wacky and deranged Omarosa. I don't have that word in my vocabulary and never have. She made it up. But in a new interview with MSNBC's Chris Matthews, Manigault Newman providing new details about the alleged Apprentice tape.
When you listen to the parts you heard, how many times did you hear Mr. Trump, your former boss, how many times did you hear him use the N-word?
Multiple times. And what's upsetting about it is it was about someone that was on the cast with me, about Kwame Jackson.
Jackson is a businessman who appeared on the first season of The Apprentice. He declined to comment on the allegations, taking a, quote, hard pass on all things Omarosa. The former reality star going into more details about what was allegedly said with Savannah.
You actually heard the tape.
Absolutely.
How long is this tape?
There are multiple tapes. Let's establish that.
But you say you have since the book closed and was published and put in print. You have heard it. How long is that tape?
It's about 3 minutes.
Is it audio or video? Because these are supposed to be camera out tapes.
It's audio.
Manigault Newman also dangling the possibility of more secretly recorded tapes.
Oh, I have plenty.
Leaving a door open to the special counsel.
Anything Mueller would like to see? Mr. Robert Mueller?
If his office calls again,
would you be a good
want,
witness in this investigation?
It's the latest in Manigault Newman's Scorched Earth book tour, prompting Mr. Trump to lash out on Twitter earlier in the day as well, calling Omarosa a lowlife, wacky, and not smart.
Particularly with African Americans, he think that we're all stupid.
The president's new tweet storm coming after Manigault Newman released a recording of a phone call with Mr. Trump, heard first on Today, that she says happened the day she was fired from the White House.
Omarosa, what's going on? I just saw on the news that you're thinking about leaving. What happened?
General Kelly came to me and said that you guys wanted me to leave.
But it's Manigault Newman's recording of Chief of Staff John Kelly from inside the highly secure White House Situation Room that's sparking serious security concerns.
Let's not go down the road. This is a non-negotiable discussion.
Manigault Newman refusing to tell Savannah how she did it.
Did you carry a phone, a recording device? How did you do it?
I'll just leave that to your imagination.
Historically, that room is reserved for the most serious national security discussions. No electronics allowed.
I always thought of that as the most secure room in America. It is the inner sanctum. It's a sacred place when it comes to security.
And Kristen, one other thing, the president has been tweeting a lot about Omarosa, and one thing he said was that she was violating the terms of a non-disclosure agreement, basically an agreement not to say bad things about the president. What do you know about that?
Well, that's right, Savannah. Take a look at that tweet. This came out on Monday. He wrote, wacky Omarosa already has a fully signed non-disclosure agreement. But in an interview on PBS News, Omarosa disputed that overnight, saying she did sign one in 2003 for The Apprentice and again for the campaign, but she insists she never signed one when she was here at the White House. Still, it's significant because White House officials have just refused to confirm reports that aides here are forced to sign non-disclosure agreements, which by all accounts are likely unenforceable for government employees, by the way. Now, as for the president's claim that Apprentice producer Mark Burnett called him overnight, Burnett Productions didn't respond to our request for a comment. Savannah and Hoda.
All right, Kristen, thank you.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.